3 tips for a decluttered dinner time. And I do mean decluttered, because look at my counters. They're just about all clean. My prep dishes, my knives and cutting boards are all cleaned off. My vegetable peelings all thrown away. The floor swept. Everything is done except for pouring it all into either a crock pot or an Instapot. Tonight, it's an Instapot. Number 1 tip is get yourself some recipes. You do not have to invest in a lot of cookbooks. I highly recommend that you do not. The library and the internet are chock full of wonderful cookbooks. This is called Easy and Healthy Instapot Cookbook. How cool is that? And right smack dab in the middle was 1 pot shepherd's pie. And I thought, I'll try that. So after my exercise class, I swung by a grocery store called Sprouts, and I got the veggies and some of the red lentils that I needed. And I had some other ingredients at home that I did. So I didn't need to buy all the ingredients, but I just took a photo of the recipe so I would have it on my cell phone. Didn't even have to write a list. So number 1, get yourself some good recipes, easy. And I highly recommend whole food plant-based. There is nothing wrong with good sustainable starches. Plants. So number 2 is do your prep 2 or 3 hours before dinner, before you have to cook dinner. So it's not so overwhelming and you have all your counters cleared off and most of the work done. So all I have for this recipe was celery, carrots, and mushrooms in 1 bowl. That's all ready to be dumped into the crock pot. And then I have onions and garlic. And I have some spices that I got in the bulk section in Sprouts. And just enough in a little teeny bag. Enough for this recipe. So I can avoid buying too many spices that I'm not going to use. Decluttered spices, that's the way to go. And then I have my beans. I already had a can of chickpeas, and I needed the red lentils. They're down below, and they're all rinsed and measured. So all this is rinsed and measured. I've got some tamari, which is a gluten-free version of soy sauce, and for the topping, instead of potatoes, which I'm not opposed to potatoes, but this particular recipe has as the topping mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. I thought I'd try it. If we don't like it, we're going back to potatoes because we both love potatoes. And potatoes, people, have got a bad rap. They're wonderful. They're wonderful for you. They're wonderful filling food. And I don't know how they ever got a bad reputation because they don't deserve it. Don't go for the fad diets. Go for what works, and that's whole food plant-based. I highly recommend it. Also, I highly recommend the Instapot right back here. That's my Instapot, and I also like crock pots, but Instapots, you can't beat them for ease and quick cooking time. So everything is ready to be dumped into the Instapot about 5:30. I'll dump it all in there, cook it, and have it all ready. So do your prep. That's tip number 2. Do your prep early so you won't be all overwhelmed with all of it to do right before dinner when your energy level is starting to wane. Number 3 is the cleanup. I highly recommend 1 bowl dinners, and this was a 1 bowl dinner, so I went for it. Because all you have to do is clean 2 bowls and 2 spoons. That's it. That's it. So then you just a 5-minute cleanup. You load all the other stuff early. All you have left is the 2 bowls, the 2 spoons, and that is it. Because you've done all the other stuff before you sat down to eat. So bon appetit, as Julia Childs would say. The The Declutter coach would say that too, but she has some different ideas on how to make your mealtime easier and more relaxing, especially after dinner. It's the last thing you want to do is have a half hour to an hour cleanup and want to just forget cooking completely. No, you don't want to do that. Cooking is healing. Cooking is wonderful for your body. You're giving it good food. So I love cooking. I love healthy food. I love healthy living. I hope these 3 tips have helped you. And I hope you'll try them. Try the Instapot. Try one bowl dinners. And try getting some good cookbooks and healthy and easy recipes that don't require a lot of fuss. Bye for now.